Ever received an email from a Nigerian prince promising you millions? Or perhaps a message from a lottery you don't recall entering, stating you've just hit the jackpot? These are examples of the intrigue of the internet, a vast digital landscape where not everything is as it seems. The internet, while a tool of immense utility, also harbors shadowy corners where online scams thrive. These scams range from the infamous Nigerian prince ruse, where you're baited with the allure of untold riches, to more subtle phishing attempts that seek to pilfer your personal information under the guise of official-looking emails. Maybe you've encountered such scenarios, or maybe you've heard tales of a friend or family member who's been ensnared by these digital traps. These stories are more common than you might think, as scammers continually evolve their tactics to deceive the unwary. Sounds too good to be true, doesn't it? That's because it is. So, what exactly is a scam? Well, a scam is a deceptive scheme or trick used to cheat someone out of something valuable, most often money. They've been around for as long as money itself, but with the advent of the internet, they've become even more widespread and sophisticated. Let's dive into the different types of scams that exist online. One of the most common is phishing. This is where scammers pretend to be a trustworthy entity, like your bank, to trick you into giving them sensitive information. They might send you an email asking you to confirm your account details or a text message saying there's been suspicious activity on your account. But in reality, they're just trying to steal your login credentials. Another type is predatory lending. This is where lenders take advantage of borrowers, often through high interest rates, hidden fees, or misleading terms. They might target people with poor credit histories, who feel they have no other options. But in the end, these loans can leave borrowers in even worse financial shape. Then there are the scams that play on your emotions, like the romance scam, where someone pretends to be in love with you to get your money, or the charity scam, where they pretend to be a good cause in need of donations. There's also the lottery scam, where they tell you that you've won a huge prize, but you need to pay a fee or taxes upfront to claim it. And let's not forget about identity theft, where scammers use your personal information to commit fraud in your name. This can lead to all sorts of problems, from unauthorized charges on your credit card to a damaged credit score. These are just a few examples. There are countless other scams out there, each with their own tricks and tactics. The key is to stay alert and informed. Be skeptical of unsolicited contact, always double-check information, and never share sensitive data unless you're absolutely sure it's safe. Remember, knowledge is your best defense against these cyber tricksters. Imagine this. You get an email from your bank, but something's off. You're sitting at your laptop, scrolling through your inbox, and there it is, an email from your bank. It's asking you to update your account details because of some technical glitch. It seems legitimate, but there's a little nagging feeling at the back of your mind. Something just doesn't seem right. First off, the email address. It's close to your bank's official email, but there's a slight difference in the domain name. Maybe they're using a different server, you think, but that's your first red flag right there. Legitimate financial institutions will always use their official email domain to contact you. Next, you notice the email is full of grammatical errors and typos. That's unusual for your bank, which is typically meticulous about its communication. This is your second red flag. Scammers often overlook details like grammar and spelling, focusing more on their fraudulent intent. Then, there's an urgency in the email, a sense of panic. It tells you that if you don't update your details immediately, your account will be frozen. That's red flag number 3. Scammers often use fear tactics to rush you into making a mistake. Now, you're really suspicious. You decide to contact your bank directly, using the number on their official website, not the one in the email. You find out they didn't send any such email. You've just unmasked a scammer. In this scenario, you've successfully spotted 3 red flags: an unusual email address, poor grammar, and a false sense of urgency. These are common tactics used by scammers to trick you into revealing your personal information. Always remember to double-check the source, be wary of any urgency, and never hesitate to contact your bank directly. Spot the signs and you've won half the battle against these cyber fraudsters. Scene script. Picture this. An online lender offers you a loan with incredibly low interest rates. You are in need of some quick cash to cover an unexpected expense. You stumble upon an ad for an online lender, promising a fast loan with interest rates that seem too good to be true. The website looks professional, the terms are spelled out clearly, and the testimonials are glowing. The lender seems to be offering a lifeline at a time when you need it the most. You decide to take the plunge. You fill out the application, provide your personal information, and wait for the approval that is promised to come in a matter of hours. You're feeling relieved, thinking you've found a solution to your financial woes. But then, things start to shift. The lender who was so responsive and helpful starts asking for additional fees to secure the loan, fees that were not mentioned before. You're asked to pay for loan insurance, a loan origination fee, a credit check fee. The list of unexpected expenses keeps growing, and the quick cash you were promised is nowhere in sight. This, my friends, is a classic case of predatory lending. These lenders prey on people in desperate financial situations, luring them with promises of low-interest loans and fast cash. But the reality is often quite different. The interest rates can skyrocket after an initial period, the hidden fees can pile up, and the borrower can end up in a worse financial situation than before. So how do you spot these red flags? First, be wary of unsolicited loan offers. Legitimate lenders do not typically seek out customers this way. Second, if the lender does not care about your ability to repay the loan, that's a big red flag. And finally, if the lender is not clear about the fees and the total cost of the loan, run the other way. Remember, if you are in a financial bind, there are safer options available. Reach out to a trusted financial advisor or a reputable lender. Don't let desperation cloud your judgment. If it seems too good to be true, it probably is. So how can you guard yourself against these scams? By now, you must be wondering how to navigate the web safely. Well, fear not. Here are some practical steps to help you stay secure in the digital world. First off, always verify the source. If an email or message seems suspicious, don't just take it at face value. Look for the sender's details. Are they using a professional email address? Does the company's logo look distorted or blurry? Are there spelling or grammatical errors in the message? These are all red flags that you should be aware of. Next, resist the urge to share personal information. It might seem harmless to tell someone your birthday or your pet's name, but this information can be used against you. Scammers can use these details to guess your passwords or answer your security questions. If someone you don't know asks for your personal information, it's better to play it safe and not share. Another important step is to do your research before making any financial commitments. This might seem like common sense, but it's easy to get swept up in the excitement of a good deal or a promising investment. Take the time to read reviews, check the company's history, and consult trusted sources. And remember, if something seems too good to be true, it probably is. Lastly, remember to update your devices regularly. Software updates often include security patches that protect against new threats. By keeping your devices up to date, you're equipping yourself with the latest defenses against scams. These steps might seem simple, but they're incredibly effective. By being cautious and informed, you can navigate the web safely and confidently. Remember, scammers prey on those who are uninformed or too trusting. Don't let that be you. But remember, even the most cautious among us can fall victim to scams. That's why it's important to know what to do if you suspect you've been scammed. Report it to your local law enforcement and contact your bank immediately. Stay vigilant and be proactive in protecting yourself. By following these guidelines, you're not just protecting your money, you're also protecting your peace of mind. But don't worry, you're not alone in this fight. There are myriad resources out there that can help you arm yourself against scams and frauds. For starters, the internet is a treasure trove of information. Websites like the Federal Trade Commission's Consumer Information Page, the FBI's Internet Crime Complaint Center, and the Better Business Bureau's Scam Tracker all provide up-to-date information on the latest scams and how to avoid them. They offer tips, guidelines, and even real-life stories from victims, providing you with a comprehensive understanding of how these scams work. For those who prefer a more traditional approach, there are numerous books that can deepen your knowledge. Books like The Art of the Con by Anthony M. Amore and Scam Me If You Can by Frank Abagnale provide a detailed look into the world of scams. They not only present the different types of scams you might encounter, but also teach you how to spot them and avoid falling victim. But learning isn't just about reading and researching. Engaging with your community can also be a great way to enhance your understanding. Many local libraries, schools, and community centers offer programs and workshops on scam and fraud awareness. These workshops often involve experts who can provide insights and answer questions, making them an excellent tool for learning. There are also numerous apps and online platforms that can help keep you safe. Apps like Scam Shield and Truecaller can help you identify and block scam calls, while platforms like "Have I been PD'd" allow you to check if your personal information has been compromised in a data breach. Remember, knowledge is your best defense against scams and frauds. The more you know, the easier it will be to spot a scam and steer clear. So don't shy away from using these resources. Take the time to educate yourself, arm yourself with knowledge, and build up your defenses. Equip yourself with the right tools and you're one step closer to being scam-proof. Let's take a moment to review what we've learned today. Our journey began with the intrigue of the internet, a vast and exciting world, but one that also harbors hidden dangers. We delved into the big picture of scams, understanding that they come in various forms and that no one is immune to them. We explored some of the common types of scams, such as phishing attempts, where scammers try to trick you into giving out personal information. We also examined predatory lending practices, which can trap you in a cycle of debt. It's important to remember that if something seems too good to be true, it probably is. Next, we stepped into the shoes of the scammers in our role-play scenarios. By understanding the techniques they use, we can be better prepared to spot them. We uncovered the deceptive strategies they employ, from manipulating emotions to creating a false sense of urgency. From there, we transitioned into the art of defense. We learned that protecting ourselves involves more than just knowing the types of scams. It requires continuous vigilance and a healthy dose of skepticism. Checking the source of an email, scrutinizing loan offers, and never sharing sensitive information online are just a few ways to keep ourselves safe. Finally, we discussed the resources available to us. Remember, you're not alone in this fight against scams. There are numerous organizations and tools that can help protect you from falling victim to these deceptive tactics. Make good use of them. To sum it all up, being online is a bit like navigating a vast ocean. There are countless treasures to be found, but also hidden dangers lurking beneath the surface. It's essential to equip ourselves with the knowledge and tools to identify and avoid these dangers. Remember, in the world of the internet, it pays to be vigilant. Stay safe out there.